So this is another episode of everything that we've been doing all along, and I'm just here to remind all of you that everything that we'll be doing here, most of it has been things that people requested that we should do. Most of these videos are requests that we've got from people, and we are just basically doing everything that they requested. Different countries, different people, different ethnicity, and this is everyone just trying to play a part in what is really going on. This is a really big topic, and everybody is trying to impute their own capabilities and all that. So people that are asking if this is real, this is really real. We are just part of the whole process, and we just want to make sure that everything goes as planned. So keep on watching and keep on supporting us.
1877 was not reconciliation. It was a political negotiation that ended Reconstruction, removed federal protection from black citizens, and changed the future of the United States. The election was disputed. Political leaders negotiated in secret. Federal protection became a bargaining tool. Black Americans paid the price for compromise.
The compromise of 1877 changed black history. Federal troops withdrew and Reconstruction died.
The government stepped away. Why? Segregation rose. Black America was left exposed to violence and discrimination.
Political power mattered more than equal protection.
That decision shaped generations of injustice in America. Yeah. The Civil War. The Civil War ended in 1865 after 4 years of conflict between the Union and the Confederacy. Slavery was abolished through the 13th Amendment. The 14th Amendment granted citizenship to formerly enslaved people. The 15th Amendment prohibited denying voting rights based on race. During Reconstruction, federal troops remained in southern states to enforce these constitutional changes and protect black citizens from organized violence. Black Americans entered political life in large numbers during Reconstruction. Black men voted in elections, served in state legislatures, held local offices, and participated in Congress. Public schools for black children expanded across the South. Churches, businesses, newspapers, and civic organizations were established by formerly enslaved communities seeking independence and education after centuries of slavery. Many white Southern Democrats opposed Reconstruction from the beginning. Former Confederates wanted to restore white political control across southern states. Organizations like the Ku Klux Klan used intimidation, beatings, murders, and terrorism against black voters. And white Republicans' polling places became dangerous locations. Black office holders were threatened or assassinated. Federal troops
sometimes intervened, but resistance to Reconstruction continued growing throughout the 1870s.
The presidential election of 1876 created a national crisis. Republican Rutherford B competed against Democrat Samuel J. Tilden won the popular vote. But disputed electoral votes in Louisiana, South Carolina, and Florida prevented a clear result. Congress created an electoral commission to resolve the dispute. Behind closed doors, political leaders negotiated what became known as the Compromise of 1877. Republicans secured the presidency.
For Hayes in return, federal troops would leave the South, ending Reconstruction permanently.
A political agreement settled the election. Promises of equality lost federal support. The protections disappeared state by state. White Southern governments regained control.
The Compromise of 1877 changed black history. Federal troops withdrew and Reconstruction died.
The government stepped away.
Wow.
Segregation rose. Black America was left exposed
to violence and discrimination. Political power mattered more than equal protection.
That decision shaped generations
of injustice in America.
After Reconstruction ended, Southern governments quickly passed laws restricting black freedom and political participation. Poll taxes, literacy tests, grandfather clauses, and intimidation reduced black voter registration. Throughout the South, segregation laws separated black and white citizens in schools, transportation, hospitals, restaurants, neighborhoods, and public facilities. These laws became known as the Jim Crow system. Violence increased after federal troops withdrew. Lynchings became widespread during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Many black citizens accused of crimes never received fair trials. White mobs often acted without punishment from local authorities. State governments rarely protected black communities from racial violence. Federal intervention became extremely limited after 1877. The Supreme Court weakened civil rights protections through several major rulings. The Civil Rights Cases of 1883 struck down parts of the Civil Rights Act of 1875. In 1896, Plessy v. Ferguson legalized racial segregation under the doctrine of separate but equal. These decisions strengthened segregation for decades across the United States. Black Americans continue resisting discrimination. Despite these conditions, leaders like Frederick Douglass warned that abandonment, Reconstruction endangered black citizenship and voting rights. Journalists like Ida B. Wells documented lynching and racial terror across the South. Churches, schools, businesses, newspapers, and civil rights organizations continue organizing for equality despite systemic oppression and violence. Reconstruction ended, but the consequences kept expanding across courts, schools, elections, neighborhoods, and every institution in American life. The federal government withdrew. Southern states rewrote the rules. Black citizenship existed in law, but enforcement disappeared in practice.
The system changed after 1877. New laws replaced old chains. Segregation became official policy. Disenfranchised became organized government strategy.
Black Americans face barriers in every direction.
The promises of Reconstruction kept collapsing.
Southern Democrats call themselves redeemers because they claim they were restoring order after Reconstruction. In reality, they restored white political dominance across former Confederate states. State legislatures reduced funding for black schools and public services in black communities. Economic systems like sharecropping trapped many black families in cycles of debt and dependency. Landowners controlled crops, tools, housing, and credit, making financial independence difficult for formerly enslaved workers. Convict leasing expanded throughout the South after Reconstruction. Black men were arrested for minor offenses under black codes and vagrancy laws. Prisoners were leased to private businesses, railroads, mines, or plantations. For labor conditions were brutal and death rates were extremely high. Historians often describe convict leasing as a continuation of forced labor
after slavery officially ended.
Newspapers and political campaigns promoted racist stereotypes to justify segregation and violence. Scientific racism became popular in academic institutions. During the late 19th century, many white politicians argued that black political participation threatened social stability.
All these ideas influenced public policy and strengthened support for segregation throughout the country, not just in the South.
The laws changed,
gradually
the restrictions became
permanent,
rights weakened.
year after year.
The system
became harder to challenge. System change. After 1877, new laws replaced old chains. Segregation became official policy. Disenfranchisement became organized government strategy.
Black Americans face barriers in every direction.
The promises of Reconstruction kept collapsing.
Black communities still built institutions despite these obstacles. Historically, black colleges expanded education opportunities. Churches became centers for political organization and community leadership. Black newspapers reported stories ignored by white-owned publications. Activists challenged discrimination through lawsuits, journalism, education, and protest movements.
Long before the modern civil rights era,
Leaders like Booker T. Washington and W.E.B. Du Bois debated different strategies for black advancement and political equality. Organizations
like the NAACP
later
challenged segregation through the courts.
their efforts eventually contributed to legal victories against Jim Crow laws during the 20th century.
The Compromise of 1877 ended one chapter,
The struggle for civil rights,
entered another.
the policies changed,
But resistance,
continued,
Black Americans
kept organizing.
through every generation.
The effects of 1877 lasted far beyond one election.
The decisions made,
During that political compromise,
and decisions made,
during that, the decisions made, and decisions
oh,
for decades
afterward.
afterward.